So, Jake, where you going?
Definitely doesn't sound pre-rehearsed. I'm going to Hawaii in a couple weeks or on June 11th.
Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
I've never. What's that?
It's from Lilo and Stitch.
I have never seen Lilo and Stitch though.
Dude, it's truly a banger.
It really is, yeah.
I'm not just.
I've heard that. I've heard the live action kind of ruined some things. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Oh, I heard
I haven't
it.
seen it yet.
I mean, leave it to Disney to ruin some things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of that, Anthony, I think you're the only one that's watched it. But how is Ironheart so far?
I haven't watched any yet. Maybe I watched
Oh, I thought you did.
I watched the first half of the first episode.
So no.
Okay.
You don't really
So
watch
far,
shit.
I like it, but I could see where it could be not so good so far. But I mean, I can't judge it. I haven't even watched a full episode. But I like the Ironheart part so far, and then Eric Andre is involved somehow.
Yeah, what the fuck is he doing in that?
I don't know. Those parts were kind of just it felt like just generic villains doing stuff in the MCU kind of thing, if that makes sense.
He's a villain in it?
I think so. I said, I can't judge it at all because I haven't even finished one full episode. So I'm going to keep watching it, but that's all I could say about it so far. Eric Andre is in it.
Instagram has already spoiled some things for me.
Oh, gotcha.
About it. So I know some things.
Yeah, well, I don't follow people who talk about Marvel TV shows online, so.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I know. That's literally what we do.
Yeah, literally.
You're like, those kinds of people are beneath me.
But Cody, you said
Well,
you
you
had
know
some
who
important
else
things.
wears an iron suit?
Oh, no,
Damn
that's
it.
a great segue.
That was one of the better segues we've had.
Yeah, no, that's a good segue.
Send
We
it.
won't get rid of that.
Send it.
Well, actually, they don't know that. But today, guys, we are talking indie comic Armored by Michael Schwartz and art by
Ismael Hernandez.
If I'm being honest, I forgot that was the topic today. Until just now. Well, it's just because I've read 3 things we're about to talk about, and I just forgot which one. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah. Also, you should check out our Michael Schwartz episode. Anthony and Cody spoke to him.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
it was dope AF.
So go give that a listen to. And today we are talking his indie comic Armored, which is pretty dope.
Yep, it's from Clover Press.
Clover Press.
I feel like I've read something of theirs before.
Definitely.
They do a lot of art books.
Yeah, they're not entirely comic focused or anything like that. But,
right. And I think all their comics and all their books come out via Kickstarter. So Armored, you could get it single issues in stores and comic shops, but it first was on Kickstarter. And then this hardcover, which we were talking about with Mike that Kickstarter campaign is done. It was fully funded. It went super well for him. But that's the only way you could get the hardcover version. And that's how they publish their comics. So it's a newer, a lot of indie comics do that. So they're a smaller press. They don't put out a lot of comics, and this is a great one.
No, actually, this was a surprise, especially when it comes to indie creators. I actually like this.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. I've told you guys, this is one of my favorite comics of 2024. Hands down.
Wow.
See, I didn't even know it came out 2024. I thought this was a 2025 comic.
Well, this hardcover edition, that's the way it's collected. But yeah, it was coming out in single issues last year.
Interesting. Well, art is a straight banger right off the jump.
Yeah, the art is out of this world.
Yeah.
Seriously. So the watercolors, it's it's just masterfully done. And extremely unique. You don't see this being done in comics.
No. Also, watercolor is very really hard to work with. So to even have art that looks this good, very few artists work with it. Of course, our boy Alex Ross does.
The goat.
The goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the art in this comic is super unique. I love the watercolors. And then just the colors themselves really lend to the tone and emotion of the comic. It could get really red when it's dangerous and he's dealing with demonic forces and things like that, and blue just when he's becoming the knight. But let's do the synopsis real quick because it's a cool story.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so the story is about a young foster child newly adopted. His name, Andy. His parents somehow either like died or went missing, and he's become obsessed with finding out what exactly happened to them. However, in the meantime, he's been freshly adopted by some parents who also, their child, Miles, died in a freak accident like a few years prior when he fell off of a castle wall. The story takes place in the UK. I feel like they never like specifically say, but it's like definitely like England type shit. Maybe even like a town outside of England or London.
Yeah, like the whole time I was like, this is in Canada. And then you guys are like, no, what?
Yeah.
It definitely takes place in the UK.
Definitely takes place in the UK. For sure.
And so Andy, he's new to this school, doesn't quite have friends. He goes to the castle where his foster parents or adopted parents' son died, and pretty much finds his own little adventure in the form of a suit of armor that was once inhabited by this ghost who he now sees. It's kind of like his little like personal like wreath homeboy.
Yeah.
And he now wears this magical suit of armor that kind of like suits up almost like Iron Man nanotech style.
Yeah, a little Blue Beetle-esque.
Very Blue Beetle-esque.
Yeah, like medieval Blue Beetle, you know what I mean?
Medieval Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Rolls off the tongue.
Although my mind always, because this is where my mind goes, I thought of Star Kid. That was the first thing I thought of. Just like this cheesy 90s movie. I seem to be the only one who's ever seen it.
I think you've brought it up on the podcast
Yeah.
a couple times, and I still haven't watched it. But I know of it. Because wasn't it talked about in like I Love the 90s or something like that? Or
maybe, I don't know. It wasn't like it's not even like a cult favorite. It was just one of those movies where like as a kid I love sci-fi movies and things like that. And it was like at Blockbuster, so of course I'm watching that movie. I remember seeing it
at Blockbuster. I remember like the poster and stuff.
Yeah, I have not revisited in years, but a kid getting an alien suit of armor and that armor giving him like special powers where he could like fuck shit up, like that's fun. That's just fun, That's what's happening in this comic, but this comic is backed up with like an actually like dramatic story and a horror story at that. It's a horror comic.
Yeah, it gets the horror element across pretty well.
Yeah, like it's very we talk about it in the interview. It reminds me specifically of Coraline, like the other mother and stuff like that when they get possessed.
Yeah, his parents, yep.
I've only seen some of Coraline, never the whole thing.
Oh man, you're missing out on some quality kid content, Jake.
I see that.
I've seen it once and I can't say I was like in love with the movie.
Oh, I mean, I would say it's like up there in movies. Better than most movies we've covered on this podcast.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, that's
high
a bold
praise.
statement.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I love Coraline.
You're saying it's better than Titanic?
I know, right?
I don't know about
Armageddon?
Mortal Kombat?
Whoa,
Yes.
slow your roll,
Yes.
Cody, that's crazy.
Not Titanic. I'll say definitely not Titanic. But it's like, I don't know. It's incredible. Coraline's awesome. And I just want to talk about, actually, let's just go on. But Coraline's awesome.
We'll have to do a Coraline episode.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I was just going to say, dudes, you little stink. I love you boys. Dude, I love
Cody,
you.
what is going on?
I'm just in a good mood. I've been having a really good few days, and I just want to say I appreciate my boys.
Nice.
Hey.
We love you too, Cody. The art is sick, and there are some moments, especially the way Miles is drawn. It looks like, this is praise, it looks like the way Eric Powell draws kids in the Goon stories, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of similarities, and also the because this takes place, or it's about a teenager. It also has like Wind vibes from James.
Yeah, because this, like, while it is a horror comic, it's very much like a young adult geared horror comic, but it doesn't feel that way. Like sometimes you hear young adult and you're like, boo, you know what I mean? Yeah. But this is not one of those times.
No, for sure. It's like an episode of Goosebumps, let's say. I would say I would give it those vibes. I think even R.L. Stein has read this and gave it some praise. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, R.L. Stein had one of the pull quotes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Yep. R.L. Stein, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Jeff Johns.
Just out of curiosity, why Dan Aykroyd?
Why not?
Why not? No, that's an interesting question. So the first time, Michael Schwartz, the writer, me and Cody talked to him, but I also spoke to him last summer. And we were talking a little bit about that. So Michael Schwartz is also a screenwriter, right? Like he works in movies and TV. And he worked on, it's not a Goosebumps book, but it's an adaptation of another R.L. Stine story. And I guess Dan Aykroyd was involved in that. Whether as an actor or producer, I'm really not sure. So that's how he knows him. Like, so he's worked with some big dogs. He even said in that first interview that he's working, I think, on an animated show. I think he said animated with George Lopez and Joe Pesci.
Oh, what?
Right? Like some crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, this guy.
That's awesome.
He
Mike
writes
is
some
awesome.
big stuff. Yeah, he's had a movie make it onto Netflix and stuff like that.
Yes, No Malone. That's what his Netflix movie is called, No Malone.
No Malone.
He has a
I
couple
gotta check that
Netflix
out.
movies, actually. Yeah.
No Malone.
Yeah.
Dude, Dan Aykroyd is really into the occult, too.
Yes. And UFOs.
Yeah, he's into all that kind of shit.
Yeah. Crystal skulls. I think he owns a
Yeah.
crystal skull.
He's talked about it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Only the goats are into the occult.
I thought you were going to say the goats are into Ghost.
That too.
I mean, he was a Ghostbuster.
That's true. He was a Ghostbuster. In a way, fucking Andy's kind of a Ghostbuster. He's like constantly killing demonic entities.
Straight up a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
That's something I really like about it, where those are the kind of villains he's facing, you know? Like, they're just like crazy monsters, and the art is really, like, again, I can't praise the art enough. Like, the way it just lends itself to the story, like, it's a great story, but I just love the art so much. And, like, yeah, the monsters look insane, whereas the people could look really normal. Like, the characters, like, it could go from feeling like almost a slice of life comic to like the craziest horror demonic stuff you've seen in a comic, you know? Like, I really like those designs.
Yeah. And there's like some real shit in it, especially as far as like Andy's adopted parents wanting to connect with him on like a human level, and them just talking about like, oh, you know, we gotta let him get comfortable, and he'll say it in his own time that he loves them. And so there's like some real stuff mixed in with this very fantastical story.
No, that's a great point. Because they have mistrust going back and forth. And in the story, there are demonic things going on, but it's almost like, you know, going as far as to say like something in Hereditary, where there is like the real family drama happening, but the demonic stuff is, you know, almost a backdrop to that the real emotions they're feeling with each other, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just excellent storytelling, man.
Yeah.
Top notch.
And it's not a complicated story either, but there's like deep themes going on. You know, a lot of loss in the comic too. Like, dude, we're talking about Miles
lots of
and then
grief.
Andy's parents' grief. Yeah.
And we're not talking enough about our boy, Sir William.
Sir William, he's great.
Hey.
Yeah.
Dude, he's the GOAT.
Love Sir William. Love the way he talks.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
So we talked about this in the episode, Jake. Whose like voice do you hear in your head when you're reading Sir William? Like, who would you cast as Sir William, whether it's just his voice or it's like some live action thing?
That's a good. Whose voice? I'm not sure. I got to think about that. Who do you have in mind?
So when we were talking about it in the episode, Jeremy Irons.
Oh, okay.
That was
That's a
one
good
that came
voice.
up.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Jeremy Irons.
Like, he was Scar, right? So I could
was
kind
Scar.
of, you know, he could pull off something that's a little bit more sassy.
And he's been, I mean, like, even his Ozymandias is a little on the silly side. You know what I
You're
mean?
right.
sure.
In the HBO series, absolutely.
Maybe Simon Pegg.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I like
Just
that.
because like
actually.
he's a little more comedic, you know, like in the comic.
Yeah.
He's pretty silly, so I feel like Simon Pegg would be a good voice.
And he still could pull off the more dramatic moments too. You know, he's not always silly. Like in The Boys,
like in The Boys,
I don't know.
he's
Yeah,
never silly.
Yeah, no. In The Boys, man. Even in the last season that we watched,
Dude, I totally forgot
in the
about
hospital,
That shit is
right?
all fucked when he's like
Yeah.
phasing in and out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to go back and rewatch.
I'm sure we talked about it in the episode, but it was yeah.
Yeah, can't wait for The Boys to come back.
Simon Pegg, I like that.
Yeah,
Simon
that's something
Pegg.
I'm looking forward to also.
The Boys, yeah. Also, a lot of cool like homages to fantasy, like the suit glows blue when he puts it on, almost like Sting in Lord of the Rings. Glows
Yeah.
blue when there's orcs around.
There's also the Bible of Death, which, you know, could kind of remind you of the Necronomicon from Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Or the Book of the Dead from The Mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying. Mummy did it first. The goat.
GOAT.
Dude, who do you think Andy with the suit could beat Emotep?
Great fight.
I don't know.
Nah, Imhotep is.
I think Emotep's pretty OP.
Emotep puts him down. Okay. Sorry, Sir William, you're fucked.
He's gonna need to find another kid to like.
Dude, Emotep will kill kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
he's definitely tried to kill Brendan Fraser's son in the second one. So
Oh, you're right. Which we need to talk about.
that's true. We do need to do The Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
Is Brendan Fraser's son in the second one?
Yeah, his son was in it. Don't you remember?
I don't.
You know what? Know what I didn't remember? They made a third Mummy movie with Jet Li.
I do remember that.
I never saw it because
Me either.
It wasn't canon for me. It's not canon.
Yeah, it's not canon. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
not counting it. And I'm not counting the Tom Cruise one as canon.
No way.
Well, that's a different. That's supposed to be like a Universal. They were trying to do like the
which
universe.
they gave up on.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said
they
we
couldn't
can't make
do it.
this happen.
They're like, no, this sucks.
Yeah.
The Monsterverse.
The Monsterverse, yeah.
Oh man, if only.
Which I actually do like Dracula Untold, if I'm being honest, with Luke Evans.
Oh, I definitely haven't seen that one.
What? That movie's fucking great, actually.
I love Bram Stoker's Dracula.
But have you seen
Yeah.
Dracula Untold?
I don't know if I have.
Bro, what? That was what started the Monsterverse. It was that. Then the Mummy
Really?
came out after it. Yeah.
Oh.
Because the dude who plays Tywin Lannister is the OG vampire who turns Dracula into Dracula.
Whoa.
And then at the end
Okay.
of Dracula Untold, it fast forward to like modern 2000 whatever. And he sees Dracula now in like 2000 whatever. And he's like, let the games begin. And like that's supposed to start Universal's Monsterverse. And then it just fell to shit.
Nice. I never saw
pretty cool.
that.
Yeah, I got
The movie's actually not bad at all. It's pretty sweet. You guys should check it out.
I love Dracula Dead and loving it.
Oh, I love that one.
Did you know what was a good movie? It came out like probably 2 years ago. It was that one Voyage of the Demeter.
Oh, I never saw it. Of the
Dude.
Demeter or whatever?
Yeah, the Demeter. Yeah, dude. That movie's dope.
Nice. I never ended up getting around to seeing it.
Yeah, I know what you're
'Cause
talking
that-
about.
Yeah, that's like a horror movie that's just like the.
It's just one like chapter in the book.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about literally Dracula on the ship.
voyage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Sir Davos was in it. He was cool.
Oh. What? He's just another person at sea.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Davos is never getting on land, you know?
You know, he might make us a good Sir William, the actor that plays Sir Davos.
That's true.
Yeah, I
can
can
see
see
I
it.
wouldn't be against that.
I can see it. I can see it.
Because you know, like he's very fatherly in a way. Like Andy,
is.
I guess that's a part of it too. Like he's kind of looking out for Andy.
Yeah, that's true.
I like Andy.
Andy's cool. Andy is a good character.
Yeah.
I like his little, I forget her name, but the friend.
Tamina.
What's her name?
Tamina.
Tamina. Yeah,
yeah.
she's awesome.
Tamina's cool. Oh yeah, speaking of Tamina, like once again, there's so much grief in this comic that it literally leads parents to like want to raise the dead. Like the,
Yes.
Yeah.
Andy's adopted parents literally want to bring their son back from the dead. Tamina's father wants to bring his wife, Tamina's mom, back from the dead.
Yeah.
Like lots of hard Pet Cemetery vibes going on.
Yeah.
These people are just up to some fuck shit in grief. Like,
Up to some fuck shit in grief. Dude, sure, grief make you do fuck shit.
Yeah. Have you guys ever watched Full Metal Alchemist?
I never have actually.
no. I've seen very few anime.
That's one of the best. Specifically, there's one
People
called-
love that one.
Yeah. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's like the version you got to watch. But like
Okay.
the whole premise is that it's two brothers and their mom dies, right? But they're really smart and they want to find a way to bring her back to life. And they study to be like alchemists and learn how to like use elements. Like they basically like you might have heard this random fact somewhere where like the human body is made up of like 90% this and 16% that. And they're like, if you can combine all the elements and do this ritual, we'll bring her back to life. And they do the ritual and they bring their mom kind of back to life, but she's like this weird, grotesque monster that's basically like, and they're like, oh my God, we have to kill her. But then one of them loses his arm and then one of them loses his entire body. And so the whole series, it's crazy. Like, and that
He
sounds
lost
kind of
his
random, but
body?
when you watch it happen, yeah, like their souls are just like ripped apart. And like the whole series, like, so if you've seen like there's always a big suit of armor, Like if you've ever seen Full Metal Alchemist, that's one of the brothers. He's just like his soul is trapped in a suit of armor. And then the brothers go on a journey to like try to get their bodies back. And like they just work for the government, and like there's a fascist government that they have to take down. I'm telling you, it's one of the best animes of all time. It's so worth a watch. But it's like that's what starts everything. Like, and it gets crazier. But there's just like an image, if you've seen the show, of their mother coming back to life, and it's horrible. Like, and there's so many fucked up things in that show. But like something you could watch when you were younger, maybe not too young, right? But like this is like has a lot of good horror in it, Armored. And it, you know, you could still be a young reader, like a young adult, and still like, I don't know. I think it's great no matter what age you are. But like, if I had this when I was in middle school, let's say, I'd really, really like, you know,
busting little nuts.
Yeah, I'd be busting nuts for Armored.
Busting little nuts. Speaking of anime, since last year we covered our first manga, maybe it's time we actually covered our first anime.
Hell yeah.
We have not done it.
You know what I've been watching that I've been enjoying a lot?
What?
Lazarus on Max.
What's that about?
I heard of that.
Dude, it's by the guy who did Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it takes place in a future. And basically, it's like this dude creates a miracle drug that cures everybody from like everything. It's like a cure-all. It like changes the world. But then like he goes into hiding, and then he comes out of hiding, and he's like, guess what? That drug you've been taking, it's going to kill everyone that's taken it in a month unless you can find me. And so the season is taking place while this like government, basically Suicide Squad-esque ragtag band of misfits are tracking this guy down.
That sounds pretty cool.
I like that. Yeah.
Dude, it's been awesome.
I really like that.
Lazarus.
But yeah, we should talk some anime. I think it would open up the pod to a lot more people as well,
true.
You know.
Dude, plus it'd be dude, bitches do love anime.
Actually, it's like I'm totally saying everyone, girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? When we were growing up, like hot girls were not into anime.
Dude,
it wasn't like that.
They weren't.
I would
like
get
now,
made fun of if I wanted to talk about Dragon Ball Z.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
now all I see on Instagram are like the hottest little anime slut models. What the fuck happened? Like, what?
Dude, I get it. It's the burden
real,
we
like
must bear, Jake.
No, seriously, we carried the cross in middle school to be lame, only for
Oh no!
It was really a torch that we were carrying to light the beacon of the future.
Exactly.
Oh well, I was saying it's our burden to bear to have hot cosplay girls on our feet.
Yes.
It's a heavy burden.
I don't want to like this picture, but I'm going to.
Oh. No, but I'd be down. And what'd be cool is that would be like none of us. Anthony's probably the most versed of the three of us in anime, if I were to guess.
Not by much, if I am. Seriously,
so it would be kind of cool for all of us to experience something new together.
You made watching anime not cool again.
I know. I've seen like all the main like Ghost in the Shell and Akira.
We've watched Dragon Ball Z. Come on,
Yeah, we watched Dragon Ball
one of the best.
Sailor Moon,
Pokemon.
Yeah,
dude, I actually did see. Oh my god, I actually saw the sickest statue the other day online of Broly in his monkey Super Saiyan form.
Nice,
Dude, it was awesome. I want to buy it. Broly was my favorite.
I've suggested to you guys in the past. I would love if we want to kick this anime kick off, like because it's something digestible and we could. It's something I know you guys will like. It's a Dragon Ball Z movie called The History of Trunks.
Oh, okay. I love Trunks.
He's my favorite character. It's a quick watch,
Trunks,
less than an hour, I think. Actually,
I'm in.
we should do it.
I'm in. Trunks. I love Gotenks.
Also, I've watched some of it, not all of it, because there's actually like a decent amount out. But dude, Attack on Titan is worth the hype.
Yes,
I've never seen it, but it does look cool. I've always wanted to check
it's
it out.
awesome.
Oh my god,
it's awesome! I haven't finished.
Are they supposed to be gods? Like, is that what these are? Are they like?
You find out down the road, but it's crazy.
there's a lot of twists. It would, you could get spoiled very easily.
Because I've always seen them with their like fucked up smiles and shit. Like,
It's a show that is so fucked up and so bleak.
It looks
Yeah.
disturbing as fuck.
It's kind of fun to watch because it's that bleak. Oh, it is disturbing as fuck.
As fuck.
Like no exaggeration. I love it though. Yeah, like I have to finish it. I think
What is up
maybe
with
I
the
never just saw.
Japanese, like between Uzumaki and like they're just fucked up people in the best way possible.
Dude, you gotta think Godzilla, you know what I mean?
Godzilla, yeah.
With all due respect, you are a fucked up people.
I mean that as a compliment. With all due respect. Somehow, probably the most racist thing we've ever said. Or fucked up people.
Oh, have you guys seen like that? I think it's 70s Japanese art house movie House.
I have seen that, yeah.
Dude, incredible.
HMUS, yeah.
Bananas.
It is. A lot of crazy things happen in that movie.
Fucked up. It's weird.
Who are we in this comic?
Who are we in
Yeah,
this
who
comic?
would everyone be?
It's a little tight. There's not a lot of characters to cast.
I don't know if we're quite anyone.
Jake
Yeah.
Miles.
I'm Miles, the dead kid.
Evil Miles.
Yeah,
Evil Miles. I'll be Evil Miles.
Like, get out of my room. This is my house.
Yeah.
No, if anything, I would give Jake Sir William's master, the evil guy that you find out is at the twist in the end.
Oh, Sir Jasper.
But we don't know the whole story yet.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, so that's something else Mike was talking to us about. He was like, do you find it annoying that you're not getting his story fast enough? And I said no, because I kind of like that we don't know everything about him yet.
Yeah.
The pacing of this comic is kind of well done because it kind of
Very
gives
well done.
it gives you almost like the first episode is an introduction of the character and these scenarios that they give in, and then the second episode is like more on that with
Episode.
the second issue. God damn it!
It does leave enough breadcrumbs for you to actually stay engaged with the comic and want to read once it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's only
like-
5 issues, so.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a very short, sweet, and tight story.
Tight
But yeah, it does have a like to be continued vibe.
for sure.
Yeah. But also, if like this was the only, if it didn't continue, it would still be a nice, complete story. You would
Yeah.
obviously want more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you want
I
more.
agree.
Yeah. But Cody,
do
you're
want more.
definitely,
This is actually
you're
great.
definitely Sir William.
Yeah, you're Sir William.
Yeah, for sure. The goofy ghost.
An annoying, pestering ghost that just
Something you can't get rid of.
Yeah. Only we could see you and hear you.
yeah. It's true. Yeah, because like sometimes talking to you does make me feel crazy.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Jake.
I'm Dead Miles, I thought.
Yeah, you're Dead Miles.
I know I'm
and-
Andy. You're going to.
You're Andy.
Make me
You got-
Andy.
You got a
I
hard
was,
Andy vibe.
no, I was gonna give you Andy's Miles's dad.
Okay.
Miles' dad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. I used the Book of the Dead to try to bring back my wife. Okay. I'd do some shit like that.
Speaking of Andy, I saw this hilarious, like, it was joking for sure, but it was just a funny take on like Andy from Toy Story and Sid.
Yeah.
And that like Disney fooled us into thinking Sid was a bad kid, whereas like he clearly comes from like a fucked up, traumatized childhood.
Yeah.
And he, if anything, he used his own imagination to like create his own figures, whereas like Andy's an example of like wealthy kids only having name brand toys and is therefore just like an agent of capitalism.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
But also
Kind of true.
Yeah, they kind of hit the nail on the. That's kind of like Toy Story's. Wait, why is Batman beating up all these like mentally
Exactly,
ill people?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, I thought you were going because I've also seen recently where it's like, hey, Sid did nothing wrong. He had no idea. There was no way to know the toys were alive and sentient.
It's true.
He didn't do
Yeah.
anything wrong.
didn't. They
No.
are inanimate objects.
Yeah.
And he literally throws away the toys. It gives them away to Goodwill. So
Yeah. And he actually plays with the toys. You know, Andy's going to play with his friends. He doesn't want the
Exactly.
toys anymore.
Yeah,
Sid
he
actually
doesn't.
plays with them in a fucked up way.
fucked up.
Can they feel pain? I don't know. I don't remember.
I think.
Can the toys in Toy Story feel pain?
Well, yeah, because like they're constantly like about to be like shredded or ran over by cars, and they're like afraid of it.
Yeah.
I think they can die.
They could die, but can they feel pain? You know, like Wolverine could feel pain, but he can't
really
die.
Oh shit! I don't know. This opens up a whole new.
Yeah,
Right?
if so, they would be the perfect soldiers. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
That's why in Small Soldiers they put nuclear chips
you're
into
right,
the
yeah.
toys.
And here's another thing: Terminator's
Did
the
we
same.
cover that?
Yep.
Terminator
No, we
can't
actually have
feel
to do Small
pain,
Soldiers. Yeah,
but
you're
if
right,
you
he can't
smashed
feel
him with
pain.
a heavy enough truck or something, you know, like
He would
whatever kills
die.
Terminators, he would die.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
Buzz
We-
Lightyear, if he was tall, bigger, and evil, would basically be a Terminator.
100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a
We do
premise
need to
here.
do a Small Soldiers episode. Though.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
Yeah. Dude, that movie's...
That, you know what else we need to do that I was talking to Joey the other day and he reminded me of? Do you guys remember Indian in the Cupboard?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Dude,
Yes.
I'm an
I,
Indian
like,
in the
love
cupboard
that.
head, okay?
Was that a Disney movie?
I don't
And
think
is
it's
it
a
on
Disney-
Disney Plus? Oh, okay.
No,
I
I
don't know
think
if
it's
it's a
a.
Dis- I doubt it's a
I think it. No, I think it was like one of those early. It might have even been like Spielberg's production company.
Oh, really?
I just remembered. But dude, you want to talk about toys dying? I mean, Indian
Yeah.
in the Cupboard has that in spades.
But Toys Coming to Life, they did it first.
That's true. They did do it first.
You said doo doo.
Hey.
I love how that's your takeaway. No, it's Paramount. Paramount did Indian in the
Okay.
Cupboard.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I wanted to punch that kid in the face for some reason.
Yeah, he does. Now I'm looking at a poster of him. He almost looks like Jesse Eisenberg, kind of.
Are you saying you want to punch Jesse Eisenberg in the face?
He does. Which, by the way, have you guys seen? They're doing a sequel to Social Network.
Oh
Social Network
God!
Part 2.
Yeah.
Based on the Facebook.
Hey,
Takes
I don't
or
hate
whatever.
that. I don't
Yeah,
hate
we've
that.
talked about it. I like that movie. To be
I
honest,
love the first one. Yeah.
It actually is a good movie.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'm not
it's-
saying I like Mark Zuckerberg,
But it's
I do
also
like
going to be
yeah.
directed by Aaron Sorkin and not Fincher.
No, he's got it. Really? He's not
No,
directing
I
the
think
second
Sorkin's
one?
writing it.
No,
think
I
Fincher will
saw
probably
it.
direct it.
It's
Oh,
Sorkin's
man.
directing it too.
Are you sure?
Oh, so it'll be different. Man, I just watched it behind the scenes randomly yesterday, and apparently the first scene in the movie where Mark Zuckerberg's talking to his ex-girlfriend, or maybe
Yeah.
they're breaking up. I don't remember who she
Yeah, he's
is.
talking to his girlfriend. They're breaking up.
Yeah, and they filmed that take like 100 times.
Yeah, he's notorious. Aaron Sorkin is notorious for like.
You mean Fincher?
Yeah, this was
No.
David Fincher.
But Aaron Sorkin is like he'll be there. Like even.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Like what was that Newsroom? Like he wants the actors to say the lines the way he wrote them, like how he hears it in his head. So he'll often like push for like hundreds of takes until like they get it right.
Crazy.
Which is exactly. It's like pretty obsessive, but I mean,
Yeah.
shit. Whatever.
But it's a great movie, and that's a great scene if you watch it.
Yeah, that girl. What's her name? The actress. She's famous. She's like I like Loki knew her.
Mara is her last
Rooney
name.
Mara.
Rooney
yeah.
Mara. There we go. Yeah.
Comes from a wealthy family. The Maras from Connecticut.
Yeah, and what's her name?
Oh, so her sister is Kate Mara? Are
yeah,
they related?
yeah, they're sisters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
The Maras are like a really wealthy, like old money Connecticut family.
yeah, their family is. Yeah, I think they're. Yeah, isn't I think they have family in show business too.
Yeah, I just know they're like old money Connecticut money.
Yeah.
Like the
Speaking of-
McMahons? No.
Like the McMahon. Yeah, dude, I just want to. You know what show I'm actually watching now that I never watched while it was actually on TV? But Silicon Valley.
Oh, it's great.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that is a funny show from what I've seen. I've never watched like every episode, but
It does get worse towards the end,
I'm only on season 2, but I'm loving it.
but the first I think maybe like 4 or 5 seasons are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is awesome? Armored.
Armored, the goated.
No, this is actually cool. It was a pleasant surprise.
Aaron Sorkin
Sometimes
directed.
it's hard for me to get into indie comics, but Armored, directed by Aaron Sorkin.
that'd be hilarious.
Well, boys, are we at that next
I think
season?
we made it to the Nexus, yeah.
What are you guys going to give it?
The Joe Pesci Nexus. I'll go first because really I have no negative things to say about Armored for real. I like I said, one of my favorite comics of 2024. I think it's a really unique indie comic or just any comic in general. You know, I think the art really makes the comic stand out, but then, you know, you get deep in the story and it's a great one. It's not just like kid gets a suit of armor and hijinks ensues. Like it's deeper than that. And it's, you know, you want to read more. I obviously want to read the second volume. I know Mike's working on that. 6 out of 6 Pesci's.
6 out of 6. Cody, Codester.
Ooh. I was actually going to go like a 5.3.
Ooh, gentlemen. It's 5.3.
Yeah.
I was going to give it a gentleman's 5.
Nice.
Because I did like it a lot.
I liked it a lot. It's just like, for me, like, don't get me wrong, and it's an incredible book, but it just like didn't get all the way there. You know what I mean? It edged me a little bit. It edged me a little bit, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
You didn't go straight gooning with it.
No.
I will incorporate that into our podcasting vernacular.
Oh, no.
Edging and gooning?
Oh, yeah. We're bringing it in.
We're the Goon Squad.
That's what they've always called us.
Yeah, no. I agree with you,
fair.
Cody. And I would recommend this, honestly.
It's awesome. It just like
It's a must read.
I would say 5.3. I don't think it's like bad, and I don't. It's
not bad in any way.
Yeah, there's no way that I'm like, oh, this isn't good enough. It just didn't quite hit all of my spots.
The way you're saying it.
I know. Also, the face you made, like, it didn't.
No, it's a totally fair score. I think it's a great comic. You're just not giving it a perfect score. You hate Mike. You're just here, you talk to him.
You spoke to him. You lied to his face.
Yeah.
No, I just don't think. I also think that it's important that just because we interview somebody, I'm not giving them a perfect score, and I'm not saying I'm giving it less, but for that reason. But I'm just saying I'm also
reverse psychology. I see.
Old gaslighting Cody back at it again.
No, listen, I think it's clear, just the Pesci scale. First of all, if you're anything's on the Pesci scale and worthy of Comics and Chronics time, it's already, banger levels. 5 out of 6, I think, is a great score.
Yeah, I mean, you're still talking about the cream of the crop.
Yeah. This is a comic you need to pick up. I know the hardcover, Mike was also telling us that the Kickstarter, that was part of that, but you'll also see something. It will definitely have a different cover in stores.
I would definitely like once he's done with like the next 5 issues, it would be cool to get like hardcovers of both trades. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Or even like an omnibusy of this.
Yeah, wait till he finishes like maybe the first 3 arcs and get it in one big fat juice boy.
Fat juice boy.
Where do you come up with these like ways to describe things? You get a fat juice boy.
Yeah, one of the funniest things when we were in West Virginia, me and Jake were at this place to get some food late at night, and these like 2 younger kids came in, and I had literally no idea what they were saying. Like, I felt like so old, but also just like not one word I understood. I couldn't pick up the context of anything.
That.
It was all kind of shit like that. And I'm like, what?
I guess that Cody, I forget you did spend the weekend with your son, so you probably got
speaking
brain
of
rot
which,
lingo.
No, I do. There is something I really need to talk about that I think is dope. So I took my kid to fucking Cedar Point yesterday, which is like literally a roller coaster park that's on the Great Lakes. Like,
wow, okay.
Yeah, dude, it's incredible. And they have this new roller coaster out. It's the first one in the US or maybe even in all of North America. But you like ride the track up and go out onto this track, and the track ends. And once the cart is fully onto the track unhinges and slowly drops down like this, and then attaches to a different track, and then just drops you.
That sounds
damn.
It sounds awesome, but that sounds like some Final Destination, like it doesn't work and people die type shit.
Yeah, apparently I didn't even know that, but apparently on the first day it did get stuck.
Oh, fuck.
But we went. It was only like the 3rd day. But it was awesome.
Nice.
It was awesome. Cedar Point, 6 out of 6 Pesci's, no question, dude. Seriously, I think it's like. I've been to a bunch of coaster parks across the country, and I think it's truly one of the best.
All right, you guys want some trivia, some Anthony trivia?
Yeah.
Let's see who could guess. Like, Price is Right. How many roller coasters have I been on?
0.
Is that your guess too, Jake?
No, but I feel like because you're asking it, it has to be 0.
Yeah, it is 0. I've never been. That's my dark secret.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, are you afraid of roller coasters?
Yeah, I'm afraid of shit. I'm like, I feel like that's going to be the day, the time, and the place where if I get on the roller coaster, something, it's going to stop. Like I can't
So
get that
Final
thought out.
Destination
Yeah,
will
exactly.
Do you fly on airplanes?
Yeah.
Or drive behind logger trucks?
I won't drive. Yeah, I won't drive. But don't get me wrong.
Actually, because of that, I won't either.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Airplanes, like I'm always kind of anxious, but I kind of had to do it when I was at WWE all the time. So then I kind of got used to it because I had to. But like, I'm not saying I would never go on a roller coaster. I just have never been on one.
No, but like you've never been to like Six Flags or Playland or Coney Island?
I've not been to Coney Island. I have been to those other places and more.
And you just don't ride the roller coasters?
I pretty much don't go on any rides.
Wow.
What? Then why go there?
Who said it was my choice?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But also, it's not like it doesn't seem fun to me. And maybe that's the day I'm gonna, have the balls to go on one of them. But like, I have been on rides and stuff. But like, it's just hard.
Anthony was forced into going to amusement parks.
Okay, I had a really traumatic moment in Disney World when I was like 7 years old. Here's what happened. And it's not even like a real ride. And it's the kind of ride I like going on anyway. But like in Disney World in 1997, this is when I went, they had an alien ride. I'm pretty sure this was
I remember
Disney
that
World,
ride.
right? I was 7 years old. And I was, first of all, this was the kind of kid I was. I was convinced that I never saw a UFO or anything like that, but I definitely watched too many movies and I thought like I was going to get abducted by an alien.
X-Files.
Yeah.
Now I never watched that, but I probably saw it, like
you never saw X-Files?
as a 7-year-old? No, I didn't watch the X-Files.
Yeah.
X-Files was one of those things though that for some reason like I would like walk in on people watching and
Yes,
catch like
I had seen
my
it that
parents
way,
watched
yeah.
it a lot.
But I wouldn't like sit there and watch it. But so I had a fear of aliens from that point. But then this ride, it was like you saw a video before you walked in.
The alien breaks out of the tube.
Yes,
I
it breaks
remember.
out of the tube and it's like breathing down your neck and you could feel its
You could
breath
feel
on your
the
neck.
breath on you, yeah.
And you could see it like with like, whatever effects it has, it looks like it's running
It's
around.
running
But
across, yeah.
I'm a 7-year-old kid and I don't understand that this is like necessarily fake and my parents aren't like backing me up and like, explaining to me anything. And I was screaming and crying the whole time. I'm like, like I've never done that like before or after. Like that was so traumatic for me. And so like that's something theme parks, man, give me a lot of anxiety.
But that's so different than like a roller, like actual
I know,
ride.
but there's like anxiety on top of anxiety inside of my body, Jake. So like I can't.
I'm gonna have my wedding on a roller coaster so that you have to get on.
This is what I mean. Like I'm not saying I will never go on a roller coaster. I'm just saying this.
Dude, that's comics and we should do a vlog. Comics and Chronic hit up a theme park.
Oh yeah.
I'm down.
Dude, just get insanely baked.
That might be worse for you.
Yeah.
It depends.
But I will
It
say,
depends.
depending on which park you go to, your fear isn't totally unfounded. Only
You see
because
what I mean? People say
remember,
shit like that too.
Rye Playland had like years of kids dying.
Yeah, for real.
Like literally, it's like in the news, kids would die at Rye Playland on the roller coasters.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw somebody die on a roller coaster once.
What?
Yeah, it was like one of those like drop tower things.
Oh, I saw a video of someone dying on that. It was fucked up.
I was like, it was at Great America in California. That's like up in like near Silicon Valley in the Bay Area and all that shit. And I was, I think it was called Drop Zone. And I was waiting in line for another ride and I saw it go up. I didn't see the kid land, but I saw it go up and then I saw a person fall and then I saw it drop.
Okay, yeah. So you remember I said I'm never going on
No, in the parks defense, this kid was handicapped and like freaked out and basically like climbed out at the top.
Oh, so it was nature weeding itself out. That's natural selection.
Dude, this episode got dark towards the end, just like the comic.
It's a dark comic. Go check out Armored, you guys.
We're ending it
there. That's awesome.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.